protect, trust and care. As a care operator going through the trauma and upset of COVID-19, in the long term, that's what you need to be communicating to your local audiences. That's what you need to be communicating for your prospective families in the future who will be looking for care for their loved ones. Now, let's be clear, I know 100% the difficulty and the mayhem, the upset that's happening right now with COVID-19 as you battle with how best to protect staff and staff isolating, residents becoming ill and residents subsequently dying. As you know, this will happen. COVID-19 is also, as we know, going to be here with us, it seems, for a long time. So my role as someone who advises care providers on how to market themselves, how to promote themselves in order to help get more inquiries from, particularly from private pays, in the long term, is to think about their reputation and how many people know about the good things that they do. So for now, my strong suggestion is that everything you are doing in communicating with the outside world and your local community, and particularly prospective family members and important stakeholders, is protection. Number one, that you are protecting your residents and your staff, and you are quite clear about how you are doing that, how best you are doing that, and how you are implementing guidelines to do exactly that. We all know every care and nursing home is going to be inflicted by COVID deaths at some point, unless they're extremely lucky. That's going to be the likelihood. But the messaging right now is that your home is as safe as anywhere within the circumstances of COVID, and your staff are being protected. Protection is number one thing on staff and families' minds. So make sure you are really, really strong on conveying that message. And this is, to be clear, is not a time to roll up. It's a time to be very, very clear about what you're doing for the benefit of you and your staff, and anyone who's thinking of eventually and ultimately becoming a resident at your home. Now, with that in place, you can build trust. Any prospective family member, for example, in particular, will want to know that they can trust you in protecting their loved one. So it's very, very important that you convey that trust by ensuring that everyone knows that you are protecting residents as best you can within the COVID-19 parameters. Every care operator, every care home is going through exactly what you are going through. What you need to do is make sure that you communicate it better than anyone else. If you want to make sure your reputation, your credibility as a provider is above other care providers. Once you've helped build that trust, of course, coupled with that is the care. You need to make sure that you are promoting your quality of care, and I know you are doing this within the parameters of COVID, within the parameters of isolation, self-quarantine of staff, etc. Having to recruit staff from elsewhere. But within those parameters, I know you are delivering quality of care, and you need to make sure that you promote that quality of care that you are providing. And now, with the circumstances where we are in, where many people are at home, where many people are reading their newspapers that come through, or are scrolling through their timelines on Facebook, to make sure that messaging of protection, trust and care is not only on your Facebook, but is being actively promoted to the tens of thousands of people within the parameters of your home. let's be clear here. Now is a time for you to use Facebook in particular to boost and advertise what you are doing, because the Facebook cost is now lower. But for care providers, you will always have people who need care, and it's really, really opportunistic for you for the long term. I'm talking about the long term here, is to make sure that your reputation as and your provider as somewhere where families, or rather residents and staff, are protected, that can help you build that trust and help you promote your quality of care. Protection, trust and care. Those are the elements you need to be thinking about right now, and as I mentioned, the time is opportune for you for another particular reason, which is that journalists on your local media, for example, are longing to hear about everything positive you are doing. The eyes of the nation are on you as care providers, and if you can help the local media tell them about all the good things you are doing, you will have a listening ear. And I've seen it happen with those care providers that we work with in a number of ways. Journalists want to hear about the positive things that you are doing, and I know about all the positive things you are doing within the parameters again of COVID, particularly around care within the social distancing and a lockdown we are in right now. So that's the key message I would like to convey to you right now as a long-term strategy to get through this COVID, which will be here for months, years, as a way to make sure that your prospective family members of the future, whether that be weeks or months, know that your home was a place where staff and residents were protected, where their care and staff could be trusted, and where their quality of care was as good as anywhere during the time of COVID. So if this video was useful, you found it of help, make sure you subscribe as to anywhere where you're watching this video, and thanks for your time.